Bitcoin could soon have a, quote, very big move. This according to an article published by Cointelegraph. I will be reading this for you guys. I'll have a link to the article in the description. At the end of the video, I will be sharing my thoughts and my opinions on this as well. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Everything I'm sharing is my own opinion. It's my own research. I highly encourage you to go do your own research. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on into the news. This titled article, Bitcoin price poised for very big move as CPI, which is the Consumer Price Index, due to spark volatility. Bitcoin price action may stay cool until October 12th, one analyst argues, as a historical volatility indicator prints a rare warning signal. Bitcoin trading was unmoved at the October 10th Wall Street Open, as one trader predicted it would take until October 12th for volatility to start impacting price. A guaranteed recipe for massive volatility. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin USD circling $19,300 at the time of writing. The pair had stayed rigidly in a narrow corridor over the weekend, with only one test of $19,000 punctuating otherwise flat conditions. With the week tipped to provide serious fuel for a potential volatility breakout, Michael Van de Poppe, founder and CEO of trading firm 8, suggested that traders may get another 48 hours grace. Most likely, markets will remain unchanged until we'll get all the economic data in on Wednesday and Thursday, he summarized on the day. Van de Poppe nonetheless reiterated that when it comes, the move on Bitcoin should be, quote, very big. He referenced the Bitcoin Historical Volatility Index, or BVOL, currently at rare lows seen only a handful of times before. Historically, that's a guaranteed recipe for massive volatility, he wrote in part of an explanatory tweet. October 13th was analysts' overall red letter day of the week. Meanwhile, with the Consumer Price Index, CPI, print for September due in the United States, U.S. equities were broadly quiet at the time of writing. The S&P 500 down 0.6% and NASDAQ Composite Index down 1.1%. Continuing on-chain analytics resource Material Indicators said that macro data would spark knock-on moves for both volatility and market participation. Earnings, CPI, jobless, and retail sales reports are going to fuel an increase in both of these crypto market metrics, it tweeted on the day. A previous post from Material Indicators founder Material Scientist revealed that volatility and the number of trades had hit one-year lows. In a separate sign of a storm brewing, the U.S. dollar index, DXY, was gaining once again on the day, having made up much lost ground after hitting its highest levels since May 2002. DXY hit $113.31 on the day, with the peak from September 28th at $114.77. Hash rate lingers as difficulty hits new all-time high. Meanwhile, after 2 weeks in the making, a giant difficulty readjustment saw Bitcoin's key fundamental metric rise 13.55%. Despite financial pressure on miners due to suppressed spot price, the move was the Bitcoin network's largest positive adjustment since May of 2021. At the time, however, its progress was short-lived, with successive losses subsequently accompanying market nerves as the China miner exodus began. The network hash rate was an estimated 260 exahashes per second at the time of writing. Data from on-chain monitoring resource Mining Pool Stats putting the all-time high at 289 on September 5th. All right, so what are my thoughts on this? Could we see some major moves going on in the next couple days as more of these reports come out? Yeah, I think it's definitely possible. I think we're getting to a critical point here where even though you have politics being involved, at the end of the day, people want to make money. Now, what could also be going on in the back end is the fact that you have the ability to short. For some of you guys that are out there, you maybe haven't ever heard of shorting, or you've heard the term, but you don't really understand what it is. Basically with shorting, it's this idea of borrowing, selling, and then you need to pay it back, but you're trying to make a profit on the price going down. So when you go long on something, you're looking at it like I buy now, okay, the price goes up and that's how I make my profit, right? But what if the price keeps going down? Is there a way to still make money doing that? Yes, there is, and it's with shorting. Now, the risk is with that is that the potential losses on your part are infinite. If the price actually starts to go up and it keeps going up and it keeps going up, guess what? You're more and more and more in the hole. Whereas your maximum potential for gains is if the asset that you have that you borrowed was just to go to zero. So what we're seeing happen across the stock market, more than likely we're seeing this also pertaining with things inside of the crypto sphere, is people borrowing, largely hedge funds, etc., these market maker type groups, and they're overextending their positions and they're driving the prices down. Some of it very well could be political. In my personal opinion, I think that there is a driving narrative for some political stances where you're seeing these circumstances leading up into the midterm elections here in the United States, which very well could influence voter decisions at the booth. And I think it's important to take note, without me getting too political in this, that take into consideration who is it that the retailers have been looking at as the bad guys. The ones where you find all of this evidence on social media. And again, it's evidence, right? Failure to deliver is talking about dark pools and things like that. Payment for order flow. We look at all these elements. What are those companies? Who are they led by? What kind of political stances do those people have? So if you see what people are saying on social media on one point of view, and then you see the kinds of people that are the ones that are largely being identified with having an impact on our investments, think about what their motives are. And think about where the general sentiment from a public standpoint is kind of driving with all that. So going back over here to what potentially could be going on with Bitcoin. Could we see something of a move in the next couple days? I think that there's a little bit of a probability in comparison to, let's say, last month, for just as an example there. I think that there is a little bit of potential of a move. I think that it's more probable, though, I'm leaning more heavily towards the idea that we're just going to see things be pretty flat leading up towards midterms. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. At the end of the day, guys, Bitcoin was about $69,000 at its all-time high. It's around $19,000 right now. That's a substantial difference. If the price was to start making a climb back up, just on Bitcoin's stance alone, that could be a really good return on your investment. But there's nothing to say that it can't go down even further from here. There's many factors to take into consideration outside of even just a couple of the things that I said there. I've touched a little bit on this on a previous video. So keep an eye in the next couple days. They're saying right here, October 12th. Let's see what happens and go from there. But this is an article published by Cointelegraph. They shared their thoughts. I shared mine. And that's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. A double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Murad Shaker, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. Thank you also to my YouTube members for your guys' support. And if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up, like button. God bless, and we will see you in the next episode. Like cryptocurrencies, your DNA is made up of data. And with SelfDecode, you can discover more about your personal health. SelfDecode can help you improve your mood, optimize your health, balance your gut, improve heart health, reduce stress, reduce inflammation, optimize your cognition, and improve brain health. Their process is very easy. Simply register at the website, read the instruction manual and collect your DNA sample, place the sample into the specimen bag, put the entire box in the return envelope, mail the return envelope back to them, and then wait 6 to 8 weeks for your results. Their website is easy to use, easy to understand, and as someone personally who sits down a lot throughout the course of the day, having resources that are more geared specifically to me that I can optimize my health, it's a huge game changer. You invest into other things, and there's no greater investment than yourself. So get started with SelfDecode. Check out the link in the description.